Hello, my name is Emily Fleming, and I don't know how many of you know, but recently I was interviewed by CNN about 20 time, which, to answer a couple questions, does make me a local celebrity. Yes, I was at Kim and Kanye's wedding, and no, this does not have anything to do with my speech. Moving forward, I want to talk a little bit about creativity. What makes us so great is that desire and passion and drive that serves as a driving force behind success. Be it as I said, I strongly believe that there has to be something there. Be it as I said, that desire, that passion, or that creativity that serves as a driving force behind success, that's the main source of success. Moving right along, I want to talk about 20 time a little bit. 20 time is a passion project, but in a sense, it's also kind of a social experiment. You see, you give a bunch of 15-year-olds this opportunity to create a project, and they get to pick the beginning and the end and everything in between. You're going to have a couple different reactions. You're going to have the kids that go out there and they have this set plan and set goal, and they are so excited and so ready to succeed, and you know they're going to do it because they're ready. And then you're going to have the kids that decide within the first 2 minutes of 20 time that it's just not worth their time. And then you're going to have the kids that are a little bit hesitant, that are a little bit afraid to fail. Even in a project with failure is a legitimate option. It's because they're overthinking. And this fixation on the destination and the greatness that comes as a result of that creativity and passion and drive is what causes us to fail. Novelist Ray Bradbury once said, "Don't think. Thinking is the enemy of creativity. It's self-conscious, and anything self-conscious is lousy. You can't try to do things. You must simply do things." What I think this means, really, is that fixation on the destination is a classic result of overthinking. By overthinking, we're focusing too much on the destination and not the process, which, as Ray Bradbury says, is preventing us from doing things. We need to simply do things and jump right in and get the ball rolling by just going out there and trying. The way I see it, fear of failure has essentially two pillars. It prevents you from success and causes you to fail, and spurs from the idea that our lives are measured in successes and failures, as opposed to the lessons that we learn from them. The way I see it, our lives are measured in opportunities, essentially the ones we take and the ones we pass up. More so, however, our lives are measured in the lessons that we learn from those opportunities. Those are the things that shift our mindset, that guide and change our destination and make the process so much different from what we ever expected it would really be. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Humans of New York, but that was essentially the aha moment that I found with 20 time. I was afraid to fail and all this stuff. So basically this woman said that she used to stand on the outside of conversations and not say anything because of an irrational fear of coming off as awkward and uninteresting, which ironically came off as awkward and uninteresting. With a little shift in understanding, this is the precise approach I took to 20 time. I sat and watched as kids did amazing things and realized that, like 3, 6, 9 months down the line that I hadn't accomplished anything towards my original goal. And that was not even for a lack of trying. I had this really great project that I really loved and was really passionate about. And that was precisely the problem. I was too focused on the end result and the greatness that comes as a result of that creativity and passion and drive that I was afraid to fail. I was afraid of jumping in and joining all those kids running marathons and learning languages and doing all this crazy stuff because I didn't want to be labeled as a failure, when really it was that precise mindset that caused me to fail. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about myself. I don't know how many of you are middle children, but I am, and I'm stuck between my younger brother, who is probably the best singer, dancer, and actor that I've ever met, and my older sister. A little bit about her: she's a senior, she's here right now, and she's really good at everything she does, and we're involved in all the same activities. She's like all-state field hockey, all-state this, all-state that, and she's like the Detroit News best and brightest for the class of 2014. Whatever. And then, to top it off, I'm the 6th of 12 cousins that have accomplished all of that and more in their own right. You want to talk about middle child syndrome? I got it. But what I really want to say is that living in their shadow made me afraid to fail, because I was so fixated on the awards that they won and all of that stuff. And I didn't realize, I got so caught up in the destination that I did not realize that those awards did not come out of thin air. My sister didn't get all-state field hockey for sitting at home and thinking about it. She went out there and she practiced and did it, and that's how she got there. And it's all about focusing on the process as opposed to the destination, because it's constantly changing. Fear of failure prevents you from trying, and it's a cycle that begins and ends with fear. Author of Harry Potter, J.K. Rowling, once said, "It is impossible to live without failing at something, unless you live so cautiously that you might as well have not lived at all, in which case you have failed by default." This profound idea that the only way to succeed is to find accomplishment in an initial goal is what causes us to become afraid. And that fear of failure and everything in between makes us afraid to fail. Moving right along, the idea of success and what I just said, the idea of success and how it, yep, high school. So, trying and failing doesn't make you a failure. Benjamin Franklin did not discover electricity without failing a couple times first. And I guess what I really want to say is that you can learn more from failure than from success, or essentially you can learn something from it. Because if you jump right in and just go for something, you're going to find a lesson there. You're going to find something that you're learning and didn't know before that is going to change the way you look at things. Focusing on the process as opposed to the destination suits us better and makes us more able to succeed. To sum it all up, Teddy Roosevelt once said, "Far better is it to dare mighty things, to win glorious triumphs even though checkered by failure, than to rank with those poor spirits who neither enjoy nor suffer much, because they live in a great twilight that knows not victory nor defeat." What I take from that is that if we don't try, if we sit idly by and watch as people create and are amazing, there's no possibility for success. We're not going to achieve our destination. But if we jump in without a fear of falling on our face, we have the opportunity to succeed. And with that opportunity, I just want to say thank you for listening to me speak today, and go out today and be a failure. Try something because you're gonna learn from it. Thank you.